I'll answer any questions. Thanks for coming. I'll answer any questions for you.
Front row, Dave.
Urban, you mentioned earlier in the week that your tight end situation was a mess. Who's your third string tight end if you needed to play a third string guy? Don't even have one.
Nope.
So Barry and Alexander probably get a red shirt.
Yeah, I mean, they got to get a lot better. Yeah, so I don't even think that far ahead. So I just know if we lose two tight ends, we got a problem. Jamarco Jones probably.
Okay. And then how, I know you mentioned Nick Van Head didn't play all that well this past week, but overall, how do you feel about Van Head?
I feel good, and he's Marcus Ball is playing the best he's played since he's been here. His focus is there. He's doing a very good job. So I feel comfortable. You notice we played him a lot more he's ever played in that two tight end set. But the next guy, to answer your question, would go in to be Jamarco, would be the point of attack guy.
Far left, Matt.
Just a little off. It's not a good game, but it's Fall B weekend, and Coach Trussell is one of those going, and I know you battled against it, but just what was your impression of from afar coaching stuff?
I think Coach Trussell ran the premier program, or if not the premier, one of the premier programs in America. And I always admired it. When I was at Bowling Green, I came down and studied. I know Coach Trussell since I was a graduate assistant here, and he went to Youngstown State, and we used to work camps together. So premier, on and off the field, did great things. And I think that's what's great about Ohio State. Everybody appreciates the efforts of the coaches. So I think it's great.
Front row right, Austin.
Urban, when you guys go into a game with Braxton having such a maybe variety of plays and
Yeah.
do you have an idea how often you want him to touch the ball?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's right in front of me, and I kind of check it off as we go.
How big is that number?
Yeah, a lot of it's how he's, I started by, it's usually a double-digit number. And then see how the game's going, and then also how his body's feeling and the demeanor. So you can tell when a guy's hot. That's why I love to be on the sideline, and you got that fire, and sometimes he doesn't. So that's how we determine that.
Back row right, you got Clay.
Braxton throw yet?
Yes.
You could employ him in that role.
Think I'm going to tell you that? He could. I'm just kidding, Clay. He can throw, and we're still very cautious because that'd be a bad thing right now to hurt himself. But he's potentially could throw.
There's a hell of a glare.
Second row left, Lori.
Coach, between headphones going out and defensive players clapping to interfere with cadences, we've heard a lot lately about game day communications being interfered with. How many alternate ways do you have to communicate on game day? How many insurance policies do you have to have?
Several. Yeah, I heard but we weren't even clapping that day. It was last week, if I remember right. Yeah, that's a really good, solid excuse by a lineman that we don't accept. So if I'm hearing, so they're saying that?
No.
Okay.
They weren't. That's,
No.
I'm saying that's why I asked the question.
No, we have plenty of different ways to get the ball off and all that. And so, yeah, that was the reason we were jumping off sides. We weren't playing very well, and the defense was giving us a multitude of different looks, and we weren't locked in like we should have been. But we do, to answer your question, we do have different ways.
And your headphones go out? Do you have
No.
a way of going? Okay.
Oh, if they do?
Yeah.
I don't know that. I'm sure we have alternatives. I don't think we've ever had that.
Front row right, Tim.
Yeah, Urban, couple of quickies. Is Mike Weber, you said he might be back this week.
He didn't have a good day yesterday. He's still not quite ready.
A little sore and stuff?
He's a little sore.
Yeah.
But so we're going to hold him this week and probable for next week.
This is my second one, but I want to ask this. We're out there getting that touchdown. Obviously, he had that drop in the first game and stuff. Do you like to see confidence in guys? Do you see something in him? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's earned that right. He's earned everything's earned. And his earning is on special teams. He really does a good job for us. And he's got momentum. And if he's dogging it or not going hard and he fumbles, and, I can't stand fumbles worse than the next guy. But I grabbed him right after that and said, it's a whole different animal when a guy's not going hard. When a guy's straining and trying, it's a little bit like a penalty. I hate penalties, but you know what? When a guy's straining and going, I'm not talking about the stupid ones. I'm talking about the guy that jumps off sides or the guy that, maybe a PI because he's going after the ball so hard. We'll coach against that, but that's nothing compared to the guy that doesn't go hard. The guy that does not go hard disappears.
The other thing, when you look at Northern Illinois in a nutshell, what stands out about their defense? They had a little bit of trouble off and on last week with Murray State, and I think the week before with Las Vegas, but just what, as you've looked at them a little bit, what just jumps out at you about them?
When I played in that conference for 2 years, I actually lost to them in 02, and we had like a big win streak going. I can't remember what it was. And we lost to them, and that place was, and so, you know, this is a really good plug for the AD administration. They just keep hiring great coaches one after each other, and they're extremely well coached, very good players, big. This is a mid-level, I mean, this is Big Ten talent that we're facing in certain positions. Quarterback's a stud. You know, today was my day at lunchtime. I watched the whole UNLV game, and he's a runner, thrower. I think he's a senior too, competitive guy. So this is a really good team, a really good program. And I think 5 straight years, 11 wins.
Do they
And
do anything interesting on defense that stands out? I mean, what?
yeah, they can be, you know, it's pretty much our defense, base defense, and then they do some unique things in the odd, which we have not had great success against that. So
Front row left, Doug.
Urban, with the way Zeke and the run game went crazy in the postseason last year, is there anything different you're seeing from defenses this year in their respect for your run game or how they're trying to defend that?
good question. Probably, you know, we've faced two, you know, once again, this is a really good solid excuse, but this is more realistic. We have not seen that base defense yet, you know, and we thrive on that. So teams are really challenging us, saying we beat us with the throw game, and we did okay, you know, against Virginia Tech. Okay, Saturday we did not, but they're challenging our run game, and they're not. I think people are saying let's not let that Zeke Elliott just tear us apart, and the offensive line. Let's not just play base. Let's move all over the place and create confusion. And we had opportunities. Anytime you face a defense like that, the big hit opportunity is there. We've not hit it, and certainly last week we did not. I think our best big play was 20 yards or 24 yards, and there were certainly opportunities to have them, but the edge blocking was not good, and so respect for Zeke is one, and they're also just not playing base defense.
Far left, Ralph, last 2 questions.
Urban, when you first got here, I seem to remember you having a hard time finding players to fill that H-back role. Now it seems like you've got a lot of good options. What is the difference in this offense when you have options at that position?
Oh, man.
Searching for options.
Yeah, and that's, I think, if you have to give Tom Herman and our offensive staff credit, is our first year offense, you can call it the spread, it was not. It was Braxton and Carlos and take a few shots down the field. It was not a spread so-called offense. The more you develop H-backs and those type of guys that you can get on the edge, and you still haven't seen it yet this year. We have not played, you know, we've not attacked the field this way yet. But that's what that gives you. And we do have some talent, very talented guys. I mean, kind of exactly what you dream of when you put together this style of offense.
And final question, Bill.
You're not all the way through the practice weeks, but do you have a sense of whether you guys have gotten back in sync?
Yeah, 2 great days of practice, and I usually don't say that, but I'm really excited right now. And 2 hot days, and that's a lot of reasons to not go out and go hard. And really, I'm feeling great about the 2 days of practice. Now tomorrow we got to get them healthy and get them rested and clean it up. But 2 really good days of practice.
And Tim, address this a little bit, but you said Northern Illinois is a Big Ten caliber team. I mean, how big a test will this be?
Oh, it's a Big Ten caliber team. That's a very good football team that's used to winning, that finds ways to win, that found a way last week. And those are the toughest teams in special teams. And I'd like my little tradition on Sunday, come in and watch your kickoff return. And they're well coached and they go extremely hard. So this is going to be we got to swing real hard to get it done.
Great.
Thank you, guys.